my goodness, it's been some time, and I apologize for the lack of videos. For those who don't know, I finally got a home. We have moved in this weekend, and if you can see my craft room, it is everywhere, everywhere. But a couple of friends of mine, crafting gals here on YouTube, we decided to do a 2019 spring hop. And what that means is that we create a video for anything relating to springtime, and then we hop, or I will give you the next person's video so you can hop on over and check out their crafts. So today, what I have for you is that since it's spring, and since we are calling this a spring hop, I kind of wanted to do something relating to bunnies because of the hopping. And then I kind of wanted to take a step further and do some carrots, since bunnies love carrots. So these are the carrot tags that I have created. And you're going to want to check out the next hop, which is my good friend Dolly at Gipsyrosepaperie. I'm going to leave her information here. And what you guys can do is check out the description box below and hop on over to her channel and see what she's doing for this spring hop 2019. I love the way these came out. I'm really, really, really obsessed with them. I'm going to grab a journal very quickly. I'm going to grab a very dear serendipity from April at Pink Godbird. So here is my lovely serendipity, and I just kind of wanted to give you an example of how the tags would look. Yes, you can write on them. They are a tag, but like, how cute, how stinking cute is that? I fell in love with these tags. I'm so excited for Easter and for spring. So let's get started with the craft. Okay, so to begin, I wanted to make these tags a little on the thicker side. So I chose a shipping box from FedEx. You can use something like UPS. So that way, anything that you bulk up is just not going to flop over because the boxes have some sturdiness to them. I found some super cute carrot clip art on the internet, dropped them into Word, and played around with the size a little bit so that way I can have some different size tags to play with. So from here, the video is going to be super sped up. I'm sorry if it seems a little choppy. I just really wanted to show you a bunch of styles in this spring hop. So it may be going super fast, but if you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comment box below. So here I'm just cutting out the shapes for the carrots, and I'm going to be tracing them onto the cardboard. For our first carrot tag, we're going to use some Fabri-Tac, some of this orange yarn that I got at the Salvation Army, buttons, and some raffia. Some other cute supplies could be some twine. I'm going to be using a lot of this distressed ink from Tim Holtz for all 3 carrots. And I've collected quite a big booty bag from all the Happy Meal that the girls have sent me. So the first carrot, I really wanted it to be a rustic piece. Actually, I wanted all of them to have that farmhouse feel. So here I'm going to be incorporating the yarn, and the yarn itself is going to represent the orange and the carrot. And I apply that by using some Fabri-Tac. If you use Fabri-Tac, you know that it dries super quickly. So here I'm just doing little sections at a time, cutting strings from the yard and just super simply just placing them on top of the Fabri-Tac. This is meant to hold the yarn in place and also keep it in place when we go to sew later on. So here I'm getting towards the end. I wanted to point out that the edges don't have to be perfect. It's definitely recommended that you leave at least 1/4 of an inch out so that way you can go back and style them when you're done. But it should definitely look very raggedy like this. It doesn't have to match. It doesn't have to be all the same length, just as long as you leave yourself some room at the edges. The next step here is to trace on paper for the back of the carrot. I chose a really nice cream, soft, lightweight cardstock. Once you get the sizing done, you just have to come back and simply just distress the edges with your Tim Holtz distressor or any other distressor that you might have. Here I'm coming again with the Fabri-Tac just to adhere our lightweight cardstock to the back of the carrot. Once the backing is all set and in place, you can go ahead and take your distressor again and just give it another kind of edging just to make everything look super neat and cohesive. Our next step is to work on the stem, and I've chose to use a dark raffia to do this, again to keep that farmhouse look, and I think it's going to look super cute. Once your stem is done, it's basically ready for sewing. So here I came back and you can see the sewing here details. It really makes the shape of the carrot pop out. And the last step here is to pretty much cut all the strings using the shape of your stencil. And it's as easy as that. The very last step would be to just cover where your stem and your carrot lie with some jute twine, or it could be more yarn or lace with your hot glue gun, and you're all set. Super cute, super simple, and I'm totally obsessed. So here we are, tag number 2. It's going to be very similar to the first one, whereas we are going to trace over your paper, whether you want that to be book page or anything from a paper pad, and choose something springy that can really be a nice addition to your carrots. Funny story here is that when I was tracing the carrot, I accidentally spilled some orange marker on the outlining, but it was a happy accident because I love how the orange outline shows on the book page. So never a mistake, always a happy accident. Next up here, I'm just simply using my bunny cutout that I used from the paper pack and just seeing where the placement is for the window that I want to put in this carrot. I definitely wanted to use a bunny image. Next up here is I'm going to be using my X-Acto knife and just simply cutting out a hole where the window is going to be. And it wasn't very difficult as the box cardboard is thin, but definitely if you're going to be using any sharp objects or an X-Acto knife, please be careful. So here we are again, distressing the carrot with the Tim Holtz distressor. I'll leave the color in the description box below. If you notice, I'm not really using a stamp because it's packed somewhere and I just don't know where it is. So any of the information that or colors that I'm using, if I haven't specified, I'll try to leave them down below. Again, another step here is just tracing a nice orange construction paper. I found a really cute pastel color that was perfect for this carrot, and I'm going to be using my Fabri-Tac and just placing it on the back. Once your distressing is done, then we're all set to sew, and I love the sewing detail of these carrots. Really gives it that rustic look that I'm looking for. Because this tag has a lot of orange, I really wanted to implement some green here, so I'm taking some pieces of a faux flower leaves that I no longer use. I cut them up and adhered them using hot glue gun. And then I'll be coming around and hiding that with a nice green jute twine. To finish the farmhouse look, I'm gonna grab some buttons and just hot glue them on, and that's it. And this one's done, you guys. Very cute, very rustic, and super easy. Okay, so carrot 3, starting here by squishing some craft paper and using that type of texture paper for the back of my carrot. I have a serious obsession with guest checks. I'm sure a lot of crafters do. So I wanted to add a tea stained guest check to the front of my carrot. I've gotten some really nice colored raffia from Michael's. I just happen to have this dark burnt type of orange color, and I thought it would be perfect for this carrot, giving it that farmhouse look. Again, here for the stem, I'm using my faux flowers that I've pretty much recycled for this project. And that just goes to show you, anything can be upcycled if you have the means to save it. Digging into my booty bag again to pick out one cute button, and I'll just be placing that near the stem. So there's our last carrot. So fun, so easy, and a great way to use your scraps or upcycled materials you have laying around the house. Thank you so much for watching, and again, be sure to hop on over to Gipsyrosepaperie and the rest of the gang and to see what we're doing for the spring 2019 hop.